I'm actually looking forward to the construction of this house. It's soon going to be done. I want to thank God for that. I also just want to take a moment right now and find out or address or discuss how is it that we are disciplining our kids. Are we taking a moment? Are we giving ourselves a time out and giving ourselves a time out to breathe and to think about how we're going to address our kids? Now, my kids, they are aged between the ages of 23 and 5, all right? And for those of you that don't know, I have 6 kids. And right now, we are in a different era, completely different era. Technology is everything. Smartphones are everything. Every child has to have one, all right? I remember a time where my bestie and I, Maxine, always spoke about how we would never get our kids smartphones, or how we would never allow for our kids to actually have smartphones or devices as such, right? Now it's different. It's very different because everybody has it. Everybody has to have it. And I think the tricky part is actually controlling what they're watching, who are they listening to, what kind of music are they listening to, and we take it from there. All right. The one thing that I just want to say is, before you even consider disciplining your kids, give yourself a time out. All right. Completely give yourself a time out and breathe for a moment. Even if it takes you a day or two, you come back to the event that frustrated you and then try to deal with it. One thing I've learned to never and not do, it's to act on impulse. Acting on impulse is your child does something, you don't approve of it, and you blow a gasket or you blow your fuse. Automatically, you just start either beating or screaming at the child, right? Now, the one thing that I do not do is I do not beat my kids. Like I said, I negotiate. I can talk to a child for up to 3 hours. That's all I can do, is talk. That's even negotiating. I'm not saying, if you do this for me, I'm going to do that for you. I am literally telling them the experience that I had when I was their age. And I'm literally saying that you might be a 10-year-old boy, but remember that I was a 10-year-old and I was a girl, and I may not understand what you're going through, but I do understand what 10-year-olds go through, all right? And not just because one of you are 10 years old right now, but because I've raised 2 10-year-old boys, and I can tell you what they've been through. I can tell you that you're at a stage of adolescence, you're going through puberty, your body's releasing testosterone, and the practicalities of how to deal with testosterone is, for boys, it's different to girls, all right? What I learned is that we need our testosterone when we are at that age. So if we start working up a sweat between the ages of 9 and 16, we get very frustrated. We get moody. We want to shout and scream and punch you if we can, because our testosterone needs to be controlled differently. We don't need to work it out of our systems. Now with boys, they've got to do the practicalities and work the testosterone out of their system, which is to build up a sweat, all right? And nobody tells us this. This is the part that is very frustrating for a lot of parents, is that there's nobody there telling you that your son's testosterone, what does he need to do to help himself to release the testosterone, all right? So the thing that I learned is that the way to do it, the way to go about it is you tell him that he needs to exercise himself. So like if that means, not exercise himself, sorry, build up a sweat, literally build up a sweat. You got to use that testosterone to build up your muscle. Yes, I'm talking about between the ages of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, until they reach the age of 16, because that's how long your spurts last. Now I've got a book it's about boys and it's about girls. And they often come to me with exercises that's in the book that they read the book and then they want to answer questions on it. All right. So the thing that I just want to say is that you actively tell them what to do, because if you don't take on the responsibility of disciplining the child when he's going through these spurts, it's the time that you're going to lose the connection with him, all right? Because you're going to become frustrated, you're going to scream at him, he's not going to understand what's your problem, because he's just got a whole lot of things going on, chemicals releasing, and what he needs from you as a mom is he needs you to tell him what to do when he's going through certain things, and he's got to apply what you tell him. All right, and you've got to be there to help him to apply these things. So if you take the initiative and you write notes for him and you put the notes on his door, or you stick the notes at his workspace, wherever his study or his desk is, or behind his bedroom door, whatever that is you actively taking the initiative to assist him with whatever his growth is experiencing, right? I know a lot of parents don't really enjoy doing this part because they just feel like it's something that kids have got to go through, all right? Different strokes for different folks. I'm just out here trying to get this right for many kids because I believe we are raising our future. Just think about it for a moment, right? When we reach the age of, let's say 74, I'm giving you an odd number. When I reach the age of 74, some of my kids, they are going to be grown up and old enough to have been in their career or been whatever it is that they wanted to be. And I'm saying we are raising future presidents, future governors, future MECs and ministers and councillors and everything else that the world is governed by, right? Now, if we make a mistake now at this stage and this age of their lives, then we cannot expect anything different to happen in this world that we live in, right? Where technology is now taken control, and a lot of things are going right and a lot of things are going wrong. Let's get this right. Let's be active with our kids, putting in the initiative, give them the time of day, sit down, listen to what they have to say, listen to how was their day, help them with some of the challenges that they are facing, correct them please when they speak about things that are really affecting them. And you know that they're really affecting them because they're going to speak about the same thing continuously. They're be talking about the same thing over and over again, and you shouldn't be wondering at that time, why is this child speaking about the same thing? You ought to register and become aware that the reason my child's speaking about this thing is because it bothers them. And in order for them to get past this, you've got to hear them out and assist them. Nobody wants to be told what to do, not even a child. So you've got to suggest things to them, right? You suggest, hey, you know what? If maybe you find yourself getting angry, or you're getting frustrated, or you're getting sleepy during the day, how about you try running around the house, or call me and we can kick the ball, or maybe call your brother or call your sister and maybe we can kick the ball when you're feeling like you're overwhelmed by something, you know? You have to engage with them. You find yourself engaging with them, and the only time that you're going to find it's going to become easier for everybody to adjust to everything is when you engage with them, so that you know mentally where your child is and also physically, right? The one thing I've realized is that a lot of men are stuck in a child's mentality because something happened at a certain age in their lives that caused them to be stuck in their inner child. They're stuck in that, and they're in a grown man's body, and they're stuck in a boy's mentality. So please, guys, let's get this right with our kids. Actively engage with them, please. Thank you for staying tuned. Ciao.